Good morning, student. Today we are going to study about the marginal product and average product. So last class we studied about the total product. So what does it tell? Total product means the different level of that input with the different level of output, we are going to produce a commodity. So with the different level of input, we are going to produce a different level of output or a commodity. This is called as total product. So when it comes to total product, if we keep one variable as a constant one, another variable will be vary. With that, the output also going to be changed. The relationship between the variable input and output, keeping all other input constant, is often referred as a total product of a variable input. So this is about the total product. So today we are going to study about the first we will study about the average product. So first we will study about the average product. After that we are going to study about the marginal product. So this is about marginal product and this is about average product. Already we studied about the total product. And in total product we specified that if we know the total product, it will be easier for us to find out the average product and the marginal product. So what is average product? Average product is defined as the output per unit of a variable input. So what is average? Average means we can define it as a output per unit. So output per unit, if it is we are considering, then we will call it as a average product. Output per unit of variable inputs. By using the different input like labor and capital, how much we are going to produce. If we consider the average product, if in one day if we are producing 10 commodities by using 2 labors and 2 unit of labor and 1 unit of capital, so we are going to divide that how much labor and how much capital we spend for one commodity. Among 10 commodity, how much we spent labor and capital for one single commodity, that we will study under the average product. So average product is nothing but the output per unit. So output per unit means for one unit of commodity, for one commodity, how much we are going to spend. So that we are going to study about the average product. Example, if you are working in industry, manufacturing industry, you will not get average product now and then. So what you will get, end of the day, how many commodity has been produced from your industry, you will get the data. So when you are getting the data about total product, so how much commodity you produce in a one day, so the total amount we will call it as a total product. So when you will get the number of total product, it is easier for us to calculate average product. So how we are going to calculate? Here is the formula. So to calculate the average product is equal to total product divided by L. Average product of L. L means nothing but labor. L is here the labor. So average AP is nothing but it is about the average product. TP is nothing but the total product. So you already studied what is total product. And another here divided by L. This is divided by is labor. By using labor, how much commodity you have produced at a one day. So at one day, how much commodity you have produced, that will come under the total product. When you get total product, you have to divide by that total product by labor. So that time you will get the average product. I said you have 10 commodity you have produced and you have 2 labors. So how much it will come? 10 divided by 2. It will come as a 5. So 5 is your average product value. So this is about average product. So 10 divided by 2, it is 5. That means one labor had been produced 5 commodity, another labor had been produced another 5 commodity. That is about average. One person, one labor, how many commodity he had been produced. Or if you want to differentiate between the price also, you can divide total product divided by labor. Of it is price is available, you can divide it by P, price. That time you are going to get how much money you spend for one single commodity. So why it is useful? If you are going for marketing, and also at the end of the day you have to know how much commodity is sold by your the person with whom you are working, how much commodity that has been sold by that person, that you have to keep it in the mind. If you are in marketing level, that time it will be useful. In average product, you will come to know how many commodity is sold by one person. So next, marginal product. So marginal product of an input is defined as the change in input per unit of a change in output when all other input are held constant. So marginal product, it is nothing but you are going to study about the change in the input per unit. So change in the input per unit means when you are producing one commodity and you are, after that you will produce another commodity. So there will be 10 commodity which you are going to produce. In marginal product, we will examine the difference between first commodity and second commodity. So by using total product, we will come to know the difference between first commodity and second commodity. This is useful in the manufacturing industry. So one first commodity at like within how much time you have produced, how many labors you have used. When it comes to second commodity, with what time difference you have been produced that second commodity, and again how much labor you have used. That is about marginal product. Marginal product means you are going to study among the changes between the last production and before last production. If your 10th commodity you have produced, then 10th and 9th. If you have produced 9th as a last commodity, then 9th and 8th. Or you have produced 10 commodity, you want to know first 2 commodity ka difference. That also you can do. Second and 1. When capital is held constant, the marginal product of a labor. So why we are using here only L means this is about the short run formulas. I said in short run there are 2 variables. One is constant variable, constant. Another one is variables. So in short run, I said there are going to be 2 factors, that is fixed factor and variable factor. When it comes to fixed factor, under the fixed factor, I given the example of capital. So here in all this formula, we are keeping capital as a constant because that is a fixed factor, and we are going to use labor in our formula because labor is the variable factor. It is goes on changing, variable and fixed. So here how we are going to study about the marginal product? We are going to study our marginal product by using MPL divided by change in output divided by change in input. Change in output means how much change that has been happened because of change in input. So here the input is nothing but we are using labor. Why we are not using capital in our formula? So because this is a short run formula, in short run the capital remain constant and there will be changes in the labor. So if you studied the short run video, So in that we have studied that in short run capital remain constant and labor goes on changing. That's why we are here taking as change in input, because how much will be the production, the capital is going to remain constant. For example, if you are producing in one industry, one day you produce 10 commodities, second day you produce 5 commodities, that time there will be no changes in the capital, the building will remain constant. If you produce 10 commodity or if you produce 5 commodity, or if you are having one machine, so the work of the machine remain constant, the electricity it have to use for 5 commodity also, for 10 commodity also, there will be not much changes. If you are using 10 labors, the electricity is used by 10 labors, that also going to remain constant. The salary of 10 labors, that also remain constant. This all the things comes under the capital. So capital going to remain constant, only there will be changes in the labor. So how we are going to study delta TPL divided by delta L. Delta is nothing but it is a representation of change. So delta is represent as a change, the change between the total product and by using labor. So delta TPL divided by delta L, that is a formula to marginal product of a labor. So how to find out marginal product of a labor? That is delta TPL divided by delta L. This is a formula for marginal product. So I hope you are clear with the concept average product and marginal product. Next class we are going to calculate the average product and the marginal product. So thank you student.